45 and I don't even have a high school diploma. What am I supposed to do? We'll figure it out. I can work. I'll work. I need you to focus on finishing high school and getting along with Tom. I want you to
Fuck Tom.
No, you don't get it. You're just waiting for...
I'm gonna kill you.
You know what? Never mind. If you want to stay, stay. Like, here. Right here. Time for your drum.
I'm supposed to go meeting.
I was making sure I don't have to fucking take notes. The only one you think she said you have children, I didn't get school. Is that you, Miss Matson?
What do you want?
It's in that big bag.
It's a dead body.
Unusual. Whose body is it?
It's my mom's boyfriend. His name is Tom, and he's a dickhead.
I guess he had it coming.
Yeah. I'm gonna dump him by the LA River, then I'm hitchhiking up to Alaska. Are you heading that way by any chance? Because if you're not, you can just leave. I've had enough of men for one day.
Did you eat dinner? I've been doing this a long time. Everybody's parents are a pain in the ass.
Oh, that's a liquor truck. Imagine you were on a website like Airbnb. I'm pretty sure most of us have done something like this. You go to Airbnb, looking for a place to stay, or looking for a place to rent. You're there, and you're like, oh, it's nice. The pictures look nice. The pictures are for a lot. You're like, okay, pay my money and we're here for a month or two. Get in there, and you're like, stop yourself. Hey, what I pay for? But the problem is, arguing for your money. And assuming that the person didn't want to give your money back, would be pissed. The same thing works with Section 8. Now, Section 8 is a government assistance program for people who don't make a lot of money. So, because they don't, the state or county subsidize them, and they typically...
I was looking at a map this morning and thought, yo, we're gonna need sonar to find that sub. The ocean is huge. And then I heard about this warehouse that just got a huge shipment in of some top-of-the-line radar shit. If you bring a couple of things back, we'll install something on the submersible that can bypass the sub's radar jamming equipment.
The resident gets money, the homeowner gets consistent money, don't have to for hours. And we also know the Section 8 is always they need to get a little bit of money, it's always good. Here's the problem. When the Section 8 house is faulty, that is exactly what happened. No, she took care when she was a trustee. It was already corrupt as hell. She was a slum landlord. And it got so bad, it made it to Chicago-based when she was a trustee. And some of the corrupt practices that she does now, she was doing in 2019. Let's check out that clip. Old water leaks. Nearly 3 months ago, we first exposed serious problems in a South suburban rental home owned by a Dalton, village trustee.
Since then, the writer says it's only gotten worse. CBS 2 political investigator Dana Kozlov has also learned that trustee is pocketing tens of thousands of your tax dollars for a house that's now unlivable.
You need to get your clothes off this week. Jacqueline Smith and her 2 children called this hotel room home for almost a month. Ever since the Dalton house they were renting from village trustee Tiffany Henyard was slapped with this.
A big red sign that I cannot live there because it's unlivable.
Unlivable mostly because of mold.
All mold. Mold on the bottom of the shoes is mold.
Mold that Smith's landlord, trustee Henyard, pledged to immediately clean up after he first reported on the problem in August.
And that's where it started.
Smith says workers came and painted the house even passed a village inspection. Issues abated, notes Inspector Brian Thigpen in this September report, except they weren't.
It's horrible.
Winter activist David Lowry called Dalton directly. Suddenly, the house deemed livable on September 3rd became unfit for occupancy on October 15th. Lowry's theory?
The trustee used her power and influence.
We caught up with Henyard before last week's board meeting. I want to talk to you about that house on Dearborn. Can we do that?
My son's right here, so if you got any questions, I have legal counsel. So you
want me to talk to your attorney, not you. You can't tell me how that house failed an inspection in October when it just passed it beforehand?
Yeah, any questions about my car?
So, we did.
The inspection process is within control of the village, not of the trustee. She has been instructed by the village attorney to be treated just like any other property owner.
Dalton's attorney says the house's inspection history is under investigation. And village records show a slew of past problems, with the house passing and failing and passing inspections for years, even before the Housing Authority of Cook County approved it as a rental property eligible for government housing assistance money, or Section 8. An HACC employee says as a landlord, Henyard's received $36,866 taxpayer dollars in Section 8 rent payments since 2017, when Smith moved in. Money that kept coming even after this foreclosure notice was filed against the house last year.
Staying in a hotel, so
all the while, Dalton taxpayers even helped foot the bill to keep Smith's family off the streets.
She had nowhere to go. She had children. So what we thought was to actually build
early this afternoon, Jacqueline Smith and her kids are now staying with a friend. The village is no longer paying for the hotel, and she doesn't have the money. I'm still waiting on a list of any citations.
It looks like the Fed has just declared war on Americans again.
This trustee Henyard received because of that house. In the newsroom, Dana Kozlov, CBS 2 News. Right, Dana will not forget. She'll be on top of it.
Certainly will.
Now, you saw the former mayor there. That was Riley Rogers. And at the end, he was pissed off. Let's go back to what he said at the end.
She was passing. She had nowhere to go. She had children. So what we thought was to actually build
what he said at the end was the city of Dalton should have built Tiffany Henyard. Now, they paid her $36,000 even though the home was foreclosed. And she was being corrupt, getting the house out of all kind of statuses. And the lady got put out on the street and they still had to pay for it. But, check this out. That proved a pretty big division between Riley Rogers and Tiffany Henyard. Remember when she was trustee, she ran on his ticket. They often got into it in city council meetings. In situations like this, made it evident.
Can we advance on this? Sure we can.
Listen to what I'm saying. That I just said.
We're going to ask for a motion.
Okay, well, I got to well, this one is the roll call. You want to be quiet.
No. Override. Okay. Trust me.
Take the lead. That's $236.
Yeah, man.
Wake up, residents.
Oh yeah, they did not like each other. And remember, Tiffany Henyard conspired against him to get him out of office. Now, unfortunately for him, he had a stroke 2 months before the election and was not able to really campaign. So she won. But the reality was, Riley Rogers understood the fact that she was corrupt, she was shady, and she was problematic. And guess what? Kiana Belcher also mentioned that she saw things like this coming.
But you know how sometimes you can always see somebody who they really are, but you try to ignore it. The signs are there. The signs have been there from the beginning through the
I'm
campaign.
coming to beat you up. I ain't
But
using
the
no gun.
question is this: if y'all knew that she was doing stuff like this as a trustee, how did y'all even decide to let her run for mayor? This is something that I
Thank
don't
you.
know.
Thank
And
you.
I've been finding more stories on not just her, right? And I've never heard anything bad about, the brother Edward Steve or Jason House or Kiana Belcher or Trustee Brittany Norwood. I've never heard anything bad about them. But Andrew Holmes and Tiffany Henyard, people like that, Henyard was having problems as a trustee. She was using the residents then. She cost the city of dope money then. So then the fundamental question is, how does she even get a part of the ticket to be joined at any point to be mayor when this scandal was out there? Obviously, everybody knew it. It was on the news. So my question is this, okay? This is going to be conversational, living and learn. Then, because hold on, let me just say this. I'm going to play this clip of Jason House, the
Outside.
trustee, who talked about how
Look,
they
Tom McKinney ain't
organized the
calling you
ticket
down.
to get to the office.
She says that she carried myself and Trustee Kiana Belcher. So I do want to kind of highlight that because if she carried me, she would not have been begging for my endorsement on her in her video. That was a big boy. I was asked to run for mayor, and at that time, I decided I elected against me. And when you look at the real election in Dalton, so Dalton actually has a Democratic primary. We're largely a Democratic community.
Yeah, so it's working with that.
Yes. So when you look at the numbers of the real election, was on February 21st of the same year. During that election, she won by 4%. She beat out the former mayor. She got the lowest vote total of any mayor that ever won the Democratic primary.
Oh, wow.
And so when I did actually pull the numbers up, she got 1,001 votes. The former mayor, who had a stroke a month prior, lost by 120 votes. He got 888 votes. Tiffany, who everybody knew she was was a little naive, and she would even admit that, okay, well, no, I got some things I'm going to learn, but I'm going to work with the team. That was the sales pitch throughout the whole campaign. Oh, well, I'm going to work with everybody. We're going to get this done. I understand I got some things to learn. I went in to many residents and told them, look, she's going to work with us. We all know her the sales pitch was, give me a chance. That was really said many times by myself, Trustee Belcher, trying to advocate for it. And if you look at the election results of what I'm going to say is the real election, the Democratic primary, and every trustee got more votes than the mayor did in that election.
Yeah, I believe the brother's a good brother, and everybody deserves a second chance. But this is what I would want to do, okay? Because I believe there's some good trustees over there and good brothers. If that ever were to happen again, they need to get rid of y'all. All y'all. I don't care how long. Listen, the more in the city, Tiffany Henyard is a problem, but it's not just her. It's the whole entire city. It has been for years. The water problem is just, listen, that city has a problem for the last 20 years. It's always something. Okay? People that bring her there gotta be responsible to a certain degree. And who's to say that they're not gonna make a mistake like that again? The city of Dalton hasn't made these sorts of mistakes for at least 2 decades now. If you type in Dalton and you go back and look at videos, infrastructure problems, all right, in the city, infrastructure problems. Like, let me tell you something about infrastructure problems.
Earlier today, we brought you a story about some safety issues in South Suburban Dalton. Number of fire hydrants not in working order, posing a serious hazard to that community. Well, some residents there complain that the infrastructure in the village has been neglected. Community activist Andrew Holmes, who's running for mayor of Dalton, pointed out some of the problems. Tonight, we'll also hear from the current mayor of Dalton.
Guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Shane Jackson. At it again. Another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you party. Turn the bell. We're out.